Hi, in this lecture I'm going to teach you how to upload local files from your computer to the cloud with Python and generate a URL for the file on the cloud which you can give to users and they can download your shared file. Now to do this we are going to go through two phases. The first phase is what I called the practicality. So if it is feasible to upload files with Python in the first place before we go and change our existing app. So let's start with the first phase. Let's try to figure out what code uploads files into a cloud service. So we can do that in a Scratch file to test some Python code. And then in the second phase, we integrate that code in our app. Let's start with the first phase. If you do some search on Google, like how to upload files with Python, how to share files, you may end up in this GitHub page, which points to a Python library called FileStack-Python. That is the URL of the library, so it's a third-party library. Some developers have created this library, which we can all use, and here we see how to install it, so FileStack-Python. So let's do that. As a first step, this is our project, Flatmates Build. Go to Settings, and then to Project Interpreter under the Project menu, and then click the plus sign to install a new library, which is going to be FileStack-Python. So make sure you are accurate with the name you're searching for, because if you miss a symbol, nothing is going to show up, so make sure that you are 100% accurate. And then click on Install Package to install that package. The package was installed successfully, so I close that window and press OK here, or whatever button, it doesn't matter. And so as I told you, before I go ahead and change my app code, I'm going to do some tests with this package. So under Scratches and Consoles, I'm going to create, so right click here and create a new file, so a Python file, and call it whatever you like, try file stack.py. So an empty file where I'm going to write some test code to try this file stack package. And the test code, you can find it from this user documentation of the file stack library. Here's how to install it, and then you have some code here, so it's pretty easy. Uploading files with filestack.client. Okay, I'm just going to copy all that code and paste it in here. Okay, so this is what happens here. FileStack has a client class. You see, when I hover the mouse here, it says that this class is responsible for uploading files. Right, that's exactly what we need. And then here, it seems like the code is instantiating the client class. So in other words, it is creating a client instance. But we see something here. When you see these symbols in documentation or in forums where other programmers will write code, these symbols usually mean that this is a value which you need to change to your own value. So basically you should delete all that thing and try to figure out from the documentation what value do you need there. So I'm going back to the documentation, and then let's have a look if there is a mention of how we can get an API key in here in this documentation. If there isn't, then the easiest thing you can do is to make a Google search like get API key for file stack. And just go to the first result, FileStack docs. And usually to get an API key you need to sign up. So I'm going to go here, sign up free. And then you need to enter some credentials here, such as your name, a company if you have, if not, just put your name there. And then your email address, which could be Gmail, Hotmail, whatever. And you have to provide a phone number. I know that is a bit annoying, but you get the service for free, so it's probably worth it. And then click continue after you have filled all your credentials. Okay, you will probably receive this thank you message. And you need to go through another hassle, which is you need to verify the account by going to your email address. You'll see a link there which, if you click, it will take you to this page to log in. And finally, this is your FileStack dashboard. And in this corner, you will see your API key. So just go to copy API key. So click that button and then go to your code just here. And inside those quotes, put your API key by Ctrl V or Command V to paste the key. Right after that step, here we have this variable new file link, which is equal to client.upload, and is very self-explanatory. You have this file path argument for upload, and that expects the path to the file. So we are here under scratches, under this folder. Here is my try_filestack.py file. So I want to upload one of these files, such as the sample.txt file. So make sure that the file you upload is in the same directory with your Python file. So I'm going to write here sample.txt. Make sure that this is exactly the same name, including the extension. So this file is just a text file with some text in it. Alright, and so what this will do is it will create a sort of file link object. I can run this code to see what it's going to print out from this print function. So you have to wait a little bit. And yeah, this is what we got. So it's a file link, which is not very impressive because it's a specific type. So let's see the type of it. Right, it's a FileStack models file link class. So this is the kind of object that is generated by this method. So that method generates file link objects. Now we don't need that anymore. What we need is we need to extract the URL attribute out of that file link object. So print new file link.url, execute, and this is a URL that we were looking for. If you click that, your browser is going to open the file. So your default browser will open up and it will either display the file. If it's a text file, it's going to display it. As you see here, this is the text we had in the text file. And the users can then right click over here and save as. So they are going to save it as a text file. Some browsers may download the file directly. And yeah, now we know how to upload files with Python. The next step is to integrate this code into our existing app without breaking the app. So let's do that in the next video. See you there.